What is up YouTube, and welcome to this The Walking Dead World Beyond a breakdown and review. This was pretty much a connecting episode that basically enacts the plan that the crew have been working on for a while. We only have 2 episodes left, and we really need to burn down the connections and shift things into the end game for the season. And I really like how well this show is only 2 seasons long, which definitely has made this more of a focused season. But this episode did. But on the surface, this show did admittedly feel a bit like filler and wasn't as most exciting episode we've had so far. We focus a lot more on Indira this episode as we open 2 years ago and we see her and her community working on the giant globe thing that is outside the research base, which I presume was already there, but it was commissioned by Elizabeth, and we see something which personally I did not expect. Indira explains how she has kidney failure and wants assurances that her community will survive after she dies, but Elizabeth shows compassion and offers medicine so her kids do not go through what her and her daughter had to go through, and also she has not having to deal with the uncertainty of a replacement, which as we saw, they were douchebags. We deal with a lot of Indira this episode, and it's basically her realising the weight of what this deal meant, of safety and her medicine and what it brought her, and she lost a bit of her humanity and has to accept that the deal did lead to the death of her son. As the Insider segment said, we the audience are finally behind the curve on what the main characters know, and well, here the crew are doing their plan, which goes a lot quicker than we were expecting. There's no whole episode of them saying we're going to go here, here and such, as Leo convinces the research team to join him with almost no resistance. In the past, that would have been like 2 episodes. It does seem like they are going last 2 seasons Game of Thrones style by rushing this ending, which I don't mind, but we see a very unsatisfying culmination on last week's cliffhanger of Silas finally seeing Huck after him kind of seeing her talk to Dennis, which he finally puts 2 and 2 together. There was almost nothing at all in this jam-packed episode as, well, Silas is just asked to trust her and we don't really deal with anything. There's a bit when they're talking and walking to zombies, but really there's not much else there, which is a real shame because it felt like this would have been a big moment. But we see Iris and Hope get into escape prep, and I do find it funny that Hope finally finds a place she's completely accepted, only for her to have to burn it all to the ground. Some of the best scenes we have are the ones where Jadis and Huck talk about the escape, and Huck is just too good at deception, leading her to keep helping the resistance and stay in the loop with Jadis and can warn everyone. Now, as well as this, it's really, really good as we know that, well, she is fully on side with the rest of the group after last week where it was like, is she, isn't she? And I also liked how she has a plan as she knows the TS that killed the scientist last week was a soldier, and she suspects that there might be a resistance and wants to go to the Civic Republic and tell them what's going on and what the CRM are up to if she survives the upcoming war. Now, Indira is also giving up her leadership, finally admitting that the deal she made will lead to ruin and will leave and give up her leadership, which is a big moment as the escape happens. I really liked how we didn't know exactly what this plan was, as we see Hope leading Mason to where the group are, and last week I did mention that, well, I expect her to actually kidnap him and use him as collateral, and she leads him where the group are hiding, as Hope has become ruthless, and we know he is Major General's son, and they want to use him to get what they want. I loved how he was like, well, no, it can't be bad. My dad would have known. Bro, your dad knows exactly what is going on here. Indira's hesitance about telling the rest of the village about her sickness is interesting as Brody arrives and, well, tells Jadis what is going on, and he wants to make it right with the CRM, as Indira's told, but really he wants to cover his own arse as he's trying to blackmail Huck, saying he wants permanent residency within the Civic Republic, leading Huck to shoot him as, well, she is ruthless at protecting herself as well. Now, I liked how Huck said that he's saying about we did Omaha and things like that, but, well, she knows that Jadis knows all about what is going on secretly, the real plans of the CRM, which makes it seem legit, but Huck thinks he's lying, but Jadis won't question it. It also shows that Indira made the deal with the CRM to keep everyone safe, really, but Brody only wanted to do it to save himself, as Indira's community is about to be killed, but luckily, Will saves the day in a really, really good shootout. I did think that this was the end of our boy Elton, as he seemingly was at peace, but Dennis and Silas arrive to save the day and the rest of the farm community, but there were some fallen comrades there. Now, Dennis was about to say the plan, but seemingly falls to the ground. It's not clear if he's dead or not. I would be gutted if he was, because I really, really like the character, but this was a good ending to his story, albeit I did want him to, end up with Huck as sitting there on the porch drinking some iced tea, but it is him doing the opposite of what he did, leading to people to die way before this show started, and now he is made up for that. Now, I really like the ending, as we are told the plan by Jadis to Huck, as we learn that Bennett and the others escaped via old mining tunnels and blew them up so they cannot be followed. It's what Felix and Leo were doing with the sledgehammers, except Jadis knows exactly where those tunnels end and have sent people to go out and kill them all. Now, the promo for next week does show some fights going on in the tunnels, but I do expect Major General Bill to take over this whole situation, and we will finally learn who he is due to his son being taken by the rebellion. Now, I personally expect that one of these characters will actually start to learn of a true resistance within the Civic Republic, possibly led by Rick, but that is wishful thinking from me. I think this show would be real worse off if we don't find out what the hell happened to Rick and what he has been doing all these years. Now, admittedly, like I said, it did feel like a filler episode, but these moments in the episode were very, very important and is a connective tissue of an episode. I did like how it messed with us. Usually these episodes, are very easy to predict, and most of them have been really easy to write. While this one it was just nice that we kind of didn't know exactly what was going on every damn second of the episode. But next week and the week after, we've got 2 more episodes left in this show, and, well, that will end. So it's going to be curious to see where we go next with The Walking Dead: The World Beyond. But that is it for this video. I will be doing my Doctor Who video tomorrow, as last week's episode did absolutely get nuked by YouTube while I was sleeping, so I did not know. And, well, that is it. Do drop a like down below if you enjoyed the video, subscribe with notifications on if you want more from us, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.